You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, we're going to take you to Pittsburgh's Fire Station #1 for an annual event to help raise money for the Child Advocacy Center.
And the city of Girard wants to adjust wages for its full-time firefighters.
And we've got an alert day today for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms a little later in the afternoon and evening hours. We're going to talk about those storm chances and what we could see coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. We have an update to a story we followed since Tuesday morning. Joplin police released the preliminary cause of death in the Annie Baxter double homicide. Joplin police say autopsies for Stacy Rush and Eric Stamfley have been completed and both died from gunshot wounds. Rush and Stamfley were found dead shortly after 9:20 Monday night. The suspect in their deaths shot himself Wednesday during a confrontation with Newton County deputies. He later died. On Thursday, Pitt State honored some of the authors who work for the school. The Library Services Department hosted its annual authors reception. As part of the event, the first floor of the Axe Library displayed the published works of its faculty and staff from the past year.
So our faculty are pursuing their own interests and their own continuing education, and so they go do research projects or they produce some creative kind of work. So we want to celebrate that. We want to celebrate them in a sense and recognize the hard work of all the things that they do, kind of the comprehensive everything that faculty members do here at campus.
The authored works will be displayed throughout November. Southwest Missouri store is opening its doors early for Christmas shopping. The Country Closet in Carl Junction announced it is hosting a Christmas open house through Saturday. The open house allows people to shop for Christmas decor, clothing, and gifts.
There's a lot more to choose from. You might not know what you want to buy, and you have more variety. You can look around and find something that is good for whoever you're looking for.
We get our orders in early for Christmas or with any holiday season. We always place our orders ahead of time so that we can get our orders in time for our open houses so that everybody has a great selection to shop from.
Well, Schaefer says there will be a free reusable tote bag with every purchase over $50. City of Girard, Kansas is currently going under the Insurance Services Office rating process. The city is trying to achieve a good ISO rating in order to adjust wages for full-time firefighters. An ISO representative told city officials the water pressure in the fire hydrants is hurting the city's current rating. However, retired fire chief of Girard says the city can achieve a good ISO rating by properly training full-time firefighters.
And this means a lot when it comes to ISO ratings. And ISO is, these are the things that they look at, is training, whether it's in place, even afterwards.
KOAM reached out to the city of Girard for a comment, but did not receive a response. The city of Pittsburgh is hosting its yearly fundraiser to help protect children from abuse. The annual Badges and Burgers event will be happening today. Community gets together to enjoy food, fellowship, and raise funds for local children who have been sexually abused. And the funds go straight to the Children's Advocacy Center, which is a neutral place for children to participate in an interview to talk about their experience and what has happened to them. The fundraiser event is important to have as the Police and Children's Advocacy Center work tightly together to solve cases.
Most cases, law enforcement and DCF are together, working a case together, and so then they're going to call the CAC. We're going to set up what we call a forensic interview, and that's where the kid gets to come to the CAC, where it's child-friendly, neutral setting.
The event runs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Fire Station 1, and meals cost $5 each. You can also stop by and donate to the Children's Advocacy Center.
All right, we're going to take a quick look at this day in weather history. And back in 1959, a small F0 tornado touched down, causing minor damage near Cape St. Elias Light Station on Kayak Island in Alaska, of all places. Good news is there was only minor damage and no injuries. Now for us, we do have an alert day for the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and evening. Right now, you can see there's some stray showers trying to pop up around the area this morning. It's out to our northwest that the main front is, and that's where the activity is, and those are the storms that are going to be moving into our area a little later. So let's break down the threats. We have a low-end tornado risk for the majority of the area. It's low, but it is there. A low-end hail risk for most of the area, and a low-end wind risk for most of the area. However, if you're in these yellow highlights on the hail and wind risk map, you do have a medium risk for severe hail and wind, and that's hail about 1 inch in diameter and wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or more. Unrelated to the storms, ahead of the front, we'll see independent wind gusts upwards of about 40 miles an hour as we go through today. We're also looking to pick up about 1 to 2 inches of rain across the area, so it's rain that we absolutely need. It'd just be great to be able to get it without the severe threat as well. All right, scattered showers possible this morning as we head into noon. Good chunk of our western counties starting to get in on some thunderstorm action. And we get more thunderstorms by 3 o'clock. And right around 4 o'clock is when we start to get a line of showers and thunderstorms to develop across southeast Kansas. This is our best chance for some strong to possibly severe storms. The storms will clear out of here by about 8 o'clock and leave us cloudy and cool. Right now, we are cloudy and unseasonably warm, 70 degrees, south breeze at 15 in Joplin. And there's where that cold front is. You can see the temperature cut off. Yates Center, 67, 72 Chanute and Parsons, 70 in Pittsburgh, 69 Lamar, and 68 in Carthage. As we go through today, we're looking at a high of 75. Showers and thunderstorms get going out west around noon, and they'll build in through the rest of the area into the evening hours. And once they kick out of here overnight, we'll be left with mostly cloudy skies. We'll drop back down to a low of 41 degrees. And on the weekend, we're looking a little bit cooler, 57 on Saturday, but partly cloudy, 68 on Sunday and partly cloudy. Some shower chances Monday and Tuesday. Don't forget to set your clocks back, and do not forget to vote on Tuesday. We're near 80 by Wednesday, and then we cool off again with some additional shower and thunderstorm chances by next Thursday.
Well, up next, apparently we're in the middle of an amoxicillin shortage. And does your child need this important drug? We'll tell you how to navigate through it.
And later, a brother makes a film about his brother with Down syndrome to help kickstart a conversation. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
In Health Watch this morning, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has new guidelines for doctors who prescribe opioids for patients. Tuesday, the agency updated its prescription guidance for the first time since 2016. The guidelines are focused on the use of prescribed opioids to treat short-term and long-term pain. The CDC has 12 new recommendations for doctors and patients, including advising clinicians against abruptly discontinuing opioid prescriptions or rapidly reducing a patient's doses. They also recommend clinicians consider other therapies for common types of acute pain instead of opioids, or choose to prescribe immediate release medicines instead that are extended release and long acting. The CDC also advises clinicians to review any pain patient's history of controlled substance when initially prescribing them opioids. What's a common antibiotic used to treat a broad range of conditions, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says amoxicillin is in short supply. Mandy Gaither has more with a pharmacy expert on what to do if you cannot get your prescription filled.
A shortage on the shelves across the U.S. Some local pharmacies having trouble filling prescriptions for amoxicillin.
Because of the surge in respiratory infections, we think it's causing an increase in demand for the antibiotic amoxicillin, and particularly pediatric dosage forms, which include suspensions, form of an oral liquid, or chewable tablets.
Michael Gagnon with the American Society of Health System Pharmacists says that while amoxicillin wouldn't be used to treat a viral infection like RSV, some may develop secondary bacterial infections that require antibiotics if you can't get your prescription filled.
Work with the pharmacist there or with their prescriber to find another pharmacy that might have the drug in stock. There may be a different concentration or dosage form that's available. But there's also several other options that can be used as far as antibiotics go.
COVID-19 mitigation measures like masking lowered rates of other infections, so some drug companies say there had been little demand for the medicine during the height of the pandemic. Since the antibiotic is made when there's a demand for it, the companies need time to catch up.
In this case, there are some allocations, meaning the pharmacies can't order up more than what they normally stock. So that can make it difficult to meet the full demand that's out there right now.
Health experts say you can also call your pharmacy to check to see if they have the drug in stock at the strength prescribed before making the trip down there.
Well, we do have an alert day today for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and evening. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing a few scattered showers out there, but off to our northwest is the actual cold front with more showers and thunderstorms developing along it. And there's even some snow back in northwest Kansas. The good news is we're not going to see snow in our immediate area, at least not in the near term. We'll have a complete look at your forecast and break down the severe threat and the timing of these storms when we come back. A new edition of the LEGO Star Wars video game is out now. Rick Damigella reports.
I like this!
The galaxy far, far away gets bricker, or rather bigger, in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition.
Most impressive.
The game collects the LEGO recreations of the 9 movies in the Skywalker Saga into a single experience, along with 13 playable character packs for even more LEGO minifigures to play as. As various streaming series continue to expand the Star Wars galaxy, so does the game, with expansion packs planned for release later in November, bringing characters from Star Wars Rebels, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and the Book of Boba Fett to the game. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition is available now for current and next-gen game systems as well as PC.
Goodness gracious me. This is not the pod you're looking for.
Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Boy, video games get crazier and crazier every day. All right, for today, we have an alert day for the possibility of some strong, even severe thunderstorms. Right now, just a few spotty showers across the region, but out to our northwest is the actual cold front, which is going to be bringing us the better chances of showers and thunderstorms later today. So breaking down the threats for today, we have a low-end tornado risk. It's low, but it is there. We have a low-end hail risk for most of us and a low-end wind risk for most of us. But as you can see, we've got this yellow area. And if you're in the yellow, that means you have a slightly higher risk, a medium risk for some severe hail and wind gusts later today. And aside from the storms, wind today will be gusting anywhere from 30 to upwards of 40 miles an hour ahead of the front. So we'll have that coupled with our thunderstorms as well. And we're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall across the area. So much needed rain. It'd just be great to get it without the severe threat. So let's break down the timing on this. As we go into the afternoon, this is noon, about 12:30. Our western counties getting in on some shower and thunderstorm activity. We get to 2:30, we get a few more showers and thunderstorms out there, and by about 4 o'clock, we get this line of showers and thunderstorms across the area, which this is going to be our better chance of some strong to possibly severe thunderstorms across the area. Once they roll through, they'll clear out about 8 and leave us with mostly cloudy skies and cooler conditions. We are cloudy in Joplin right now, 70 degrees, so a wind is south at 15. You can see the cold front line right up there, 67 Yates Center, 72 Chanute and Parsons, 65 Neosho and Anderson, and 64 in Monette. As we go through the day, again, about noon is when we'll start seeing some scattered storms. They build in through the region through the evening, 75 for the high. As we get through tonight, we'll be mostly cloudy and cooler, a low of 41. But the weekend looks good. Cool on Saturday, 57 and partly cloudy, and then 68 on Sunday and partly cloudy. So a nice weekend ahead of us before we see some additional rain chances heading into next week. We'll have more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
It's time to honor today's four-state hero, gunner's mate Patrick Jennings. The native of Duquesne, Missouri, served in all or most of Central America and Middle Eastern territories on board numerous ships, including the USS Iowa, the USS Cyclone, and the USS Haler. This highly decorated veteran earned numerous awards, including 6 Navy Achievement Medals, 5 Good Conduct Medals, and the Navy Commendation Medal. To gunner's mate Patrick Jennings, we thank you. Today's four-state hero.
Well, in Arizona, a filmmaker is hoping to make a movie starring his own brother that will kickstart a conversation about the exceptional hearts of those living with Down syndrome.
Cameron Pullum has the story.
Canvassing the neighborhood, We're going to canvas, we're going to knock some doors. You know, we got to spread the word about this guy.
With enthusiasm and determination,
A lot of heart, a lot of laughs, and this guy is just destined to be famous.
Luke Johnson is on a heartfelt mission to fulfill a promise to his brother David.
I promised him like 10 years ago that I would make David a star. My name is Luke Johnson, and I love someone with Down syndrome, and I'm making this video for him.
Back in September, Luke launched the Ultimate Passion Project with this video, hoping to raise money to finance a feature film about finding love and the unbreakable bond of family, starring his brother David, who was born with Down syndrome.
You know, David's experience, or people with Down syndrome, it's not one experience. It's so unique and so special to each individual, and that's what we're trying to show with this movie.
The Valley brothers grew up making funny videos together for the internet. Luke would eventually go on to become a TV and film producer. With one dream fulfilled, his focus now shifts to his promise.
You know, representation has come a long way in film and television, but it hasn't gone far enough.
The movie will take the two on a cross-country journey. Luke healing from addiction, helping David track down a long-lost love.
He makes everyone laugh everywhere we go. He makes everyone smile everywhere we go.
Yeah.
You go to davidmoviestar.com.
In true guerrilla marketing fashion, they're spreading the word about the project to anyone who will listen, dreaming big together every step of the way.
I've known since he was a small boy that since he was a big, strong muscle man, I've known his whole life that he was going to be just, I had to share him with the world.
That's an absolutely incredible story, and what a great way to get out there and spread the word and let folks know about those with Down syndrome and their unique experiences and how much they have to contribute to the world.
That's amazing. Definitely a good thing that he's doing for his brother.
Yeah, beautiful story. Our weather today, not so beautiful. We do have an alert day for us, as we could see some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms as we go through the day. We're seeing a few more scattered showers out there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker in our immediate area, and out to our northwest is the actual cold front that's going to be bringing us those shower and thunderstorm chances as we go through the day. Breaking down the threats, if you're in the brown, we have a low-end tornado risk. It's there, but it is low. Again, the brown is a lower-end risk for these different threats, but if you're in the yellow area, it's a medium risk for some hail and a medium risk for some wind across the area, so do be aware of that. We could see these strong to severe thunderstorms later today. Additionally, we're going to have wind gusts just on their own, pushing 30 to maybe even 40 miles an hour across the area ahead of the main front. And then with the rain, it's much needed rain for sure, just could do without the severe weather to go with it. Anywhere from 1 to possibly even upwards of 2 inches of rainfall. So let's take a look through the day. We get through the scattered showers this morning. By noon 30, we get some showers and thunderstorms in our western counties. We're talking Yates Center, Chanute, Fredonia, just northwest of Parsons. As we head to the afternoon, 3 o'clock, more scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to build into the area. And then this all congeals into a line of storms right around 4 o'clock, and this is at 5. You can see it stretching from Fort Scott back to Parsons, Chautauqua, and Newata. And this line of storms, this is our best opportunity for some strong to severe weather as this line gets going. And it'll eventually clear out of the area about 8, 9 o'clock and leave us with some cooler conditions. We're cloudy in Joplin right now, 70 degrees with a south breeze at 15. There's that cold front and where the temperature line changes. 67 in Yates Center, you're right next to that cold front. 69 Iola, 70 Fort Scott, 69 Lamar, and 68 in Carthage. And as we go through the day, again, scattered storms start building by noon. More widespread storms as we go through the evening, and 75 for the high before the cold front gets here, and then it'll knock us down. We will be mostly cloudy overnight and hit a low of 41 degrees. For the weekend, though, not bad. A little cooler on Saturday, 57, partly cloudy, and 68 on Sunday under partly cloudy skies. And look at the 7-day. We get through the weekend. We have some scattered showers possible on Monday and on Election Day, so of course don't forget to set your clocks back. And on Tuesday, don't forget to vote. We're partly cloudy Wednesday, almost to 80 degrees, and then we see some more shower and thunderstorm chances as we look at Thursday of next week. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
State's most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. The city of Pittsburgh is hosting its yearly fundraiser to help protect children from abuse. The annual Badges and Burgers event will be happening today, and our own Yana Hadula has the details.
And serving up meals. Batches and Burgers is a day when the community gets together in Pittsburgh to enjoy food, fellowship, and raise funds for local children. Pittsburgh Interim Chief Taylor Cherney says it is a big deal and a lot of burgers.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 800. We had one business in town that has already pre-ordered 100 meals. So that we were looking at about 700. Now we're looking about 800. So that's awesome already.
The fundraiser supports the local nonprofit Children's Advocacy Center that helps community children who have been abused.
They allow a safe space at their facility for children to be interviewed, and so they really take a lot of weight off of law enforcement's role, where we can actually investigate these crimes and we have a safe space for these children to be interviewed.
Law enforcement works tightly with Children's Advocacy Center as they are part of the multidisciplinary team and give referrals for children to the center. Whitney Lovell is a part of that team.
We're going to set up what we call a forensic interview, and that's where the kid gets to come to the CAC where it's child-friendly, neutral setting, and be interviewed by a specially trained person to do that interview, so the kids can talk about their experience and what has happened to them.
Typically, kids between the ages of 7 and 12 are seen the most at the center. Nationally, 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 4 boys will be sexually abused by the age of 18. However, most cases do not get reported. Lovell says people don't want to talk about children and sexual abuse.
You don't want to think it happens in our community, and we have this notation that it's like someone in a scary van, stranger danger, and really statistically 90% of victims know their offender.
But there are signs to watch for.
If they start to change their mind about wanting to go to someone's house or spend time with them alone. Sometimes kids' grades might go down. They might just start shutting down. They might, you might see a hygiene change in kids, especially older kids.
Recognition and awareness play a crucial role, which the event and Interim Chief Cherney wants to educate parents and their children about.
The advocacy people are in there, and they'll have literature and things to basically just explain what they do and how they go about their job.
Well, the event starts at 11 o'clock this morning and runs until 1 p.m. at the fire station number 1, and the meals cost a mere $5 each. You can also come by and donate to the Children's Advocacy Center. Well, this morning we are discussing banning TikTok.
Yeah, for some, TikTok is more than a social media app. They call it their side hustle, a source of income. Yet a growing number of us, of U.S. lawmakers, worry about the company's handling of sensitive user data.
It's twice this morning you've done that.
Twice.
After months of negotiations to resolve concerns that the Chinese government authorities could seek to gain access to the data TikTok holds on U.S. citizens, one of the 5 commissioners of the FCC, Brennan Carr, says the U.S. government should ban the video sharing app rather than come to an agreement.
That brings us to our question for you this morning. Should TikTok be banned? And so far, our polling data, 60% of you say yes, 40% of you say no. Make sure you vote through our website, through the KOAM News Now app, and of course take part in the discussion on our Facebook page.
I might have been on the no side, like a year ago, and then because I was afraid to learn how to use a new thing, and then I learned how to use TikTok, and it was so easy. So I'm like, I hope they figure it out because I like TikTok now.
Yeah, and TikTok, like I said, for my wife at home, she's found a lot of really great recipes on there. That's what she uses it for mostly, is recipes and decorating tips. And she's come up with some really neat creations and stuff over the last year or so. But at the same time,
but I don't want my information stolen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's the flip side of that coin. Yeah, here's the great resources, but on the flip side, here's where they're also tracking you and reporting information and sharing that.
Great.
So you gotta see which one outweighs the other. Today, thunderstorms. We do have an alert day for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms across the area. Right now, we've just got a few scattered showers. You can see a few more of them getting going in northeast Oklahoma, and we'll continue to see those through the morning. But the cold front itself is right there, And that's where the showers and thunderstorms are going to continue to develop as they move into our area. So breaking down the threats, we have a low-end tornado risk for the majority of us. It's a low-end risk, but it is there. And then the low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk for the brown areas. But if you're in the yellow for the hail, say Miami Grove and Bentonville, and for wind, Miami Grove, Joplin, Monette, and Bentonville, it's a medium risk for some severe hail or wind gusts later today. And aside from the storms, winds today will be gusting on their own 30 to 40 miles an hour ahead of that cold front. And for the rain, it's much needed rain at least. We are getting that. We could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall across the area. So I know that that is definitely a good thing. Let's talk about timing of these storms. Here's 12:30 today. We've got showers and thunderstorms building into our western counties with the front. And as the front keeps moving on off, we're going to see more numerous showers and thunderstorms begin to develop, maybe even a few ahead of the front. And then by about 4 o'clock, this is 5, we'll start to see a line of showers and thunderstorms develop out there. And this is our best opportunity. If they're going to get strong or possibly severe, this is when it's going to start to happen as we get into this line of storms. And the line will move out of here pretty quickly and be done by about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight and leave us with cloudy skies and cool conditions. We're cloudy right now, but we're also about 30 degrees above where we should be in Joplin for this time of year. 70, south wind at 15. There's that cold front line. We got 60, 78 Center, 72 Chanute and Parsons, 65 Neosho, and 64 Monette. And as we go through today, we'll reach a high of 75 degrees before the front gets here. The showers and thunderstorms increase through the evening. Once they clear out, we're mostly cloudy. We drop back down to an overnight low of 41, so considerably cooler than where we have been, but about where we should be. 57 Saturday, 68 Sunday, partly cloudy. Don't forget to set your clocks back. 75 Monday and 77 Tuesday, but some shower chances possible, and don't forget to vote. Near 80 on Wednesday and partly cloudy, and then we see more shower and thunderstorm chances by Thursday, and once those get through, we cool off even more, and then there's more shower chances by the next weekend. We got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker back in studio to help us close out the week with his big 3 stories, and we've had some crazy news this week.
Yes, let's get right to it. Our number 3 story this week, it was late Monday night. We were there as 2 bodies were discovered on Annie Baxter in Joplin, and we learned they both died of gunshot wounds. 9-year-old boy inside the residence was safe and not involved. Of course, crime scene tape wrapped that house, and we knew from sources they were looking for an individual. That very day, they had signed divorce papers, Stacy Rush and David Rush. Then on Wednesday, it was a standoff for 3 hours on a rural road south of Seneca. He told officers and everyone within earshot what he had done, and then before he could be arrested, he shot himself, died later at a Joplin hospital. More on that story at KOAM News Now on our Joplin News First tab. Our number 2 story, Marshall's is coming.
All right.
Love this. Great news for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Joplin's had one for a while.
No, we have TJ Maxx, which is
okay.
part of that company.
That's right. That's right.
It's TJX companies. So, but the neat thing about this Marshall's coming is that they're committed to local communities, and they told us earlier in the week that they are giving $10,000 to Safe House of Pittsburgh. I talked to Executive Director Brooke Powell, and she said they are ecstatic about it. It's great to have that donation. It's really going to help them with their different programming that they have even currently. So Marshall's opens on the 13th of November here in town, and Brooke said that she will be there that day. So that'll be really, really awesome.
And I know where it's located is in a new district that they're working on developing into a community development type district for Pittsburgh. To increase businesses and stuff.
Yes.
It's not finalized, but they have set a public hearing for it for November. So
this is the Old Goodies store, I believe, is where it is. And then our number 1 story, we've been talking about this a lot. Maysville, Arkansas was the last place Ashley Bush was seen on Monday. And then she was missing. We started covering this story on Tuesday. Tragically, yesterday, the Benton County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Ashley Bush, her body had been located in Missouri. Now, earlier in the week, actually Monday night, this couple called in to 911 saying that his wife had delivered a baby early. It was unresponsive. They rushed towards a Neosho hospital and met EMS on the road near Longview, Missouri. The baby did not survive, and McDonald County authorities had no reason to believe that it wasn't her child. Obviously, they'd have to do DNA and a lot of other things. However, Arkansas investigators came calling and said this couple, through internet communication, could be connected. And a search warrant yesterday at that property located human remains on Laughlin Ridge Road and on that property. More details in this tragic story. Arkansas investigators say they would like it for it to be prosecuted in Arkansas in the district because they want to seek capital murder charges. 2 capital murder charges for that husband and wife who are now in jail on kidnapping charges. And our bonus story of the week, it's a little more lighthearted. A basset hound riding in a sidecar. I just thought this was a breath of fresh air after all that, right? Now, I guess a lot of people see these two all the time. It's really, really awesome. I love it. You can send us pictures and videos and anytime to our messenger or email and text us. This was in the O show. But you cannot fax me.
Biker Basset.
Yeah, Biker Basset. Yeah, he's like a leather cap or something like that. Studded collar. I don't know. Maybe that's going the wrong direction. I'm not sure. But
It's great though. Yeah.
the Basset Hound. You can check him out on our website. You can see everybody was posting pictures also. Like, oh, I saw him last year.
If somebody has a way to connect him with us, we would love to sit down and do a story with him.
Or ride along. There you go. I don't know if there'd be room for me. I'm pretty fat in there. But anyway, that's our bonus story of the week. It's our Joplin News First, KOAM News Now. Big 3 stories.
All right. Sounds like fun. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll send you back out to get us another 3 and a lot more.
We'll be
for
back.
Next week. We'll be right back.
All right, we have an alert day for us today as we've got some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms in our forecast this afternoon and this evening. A few stray showers out there in northeast Oklahoma, but the cold front just to our northwest, and that's where the shower and thunderstorm activity will get going later today as it rolls our way. So let's take a look at the threat that we're looking at in terms of the severe weather potential. There is a low-end tornado risk. It is quite low, but it is there. Low-end hail risk for everybody in the brown and a low-end wind risk for everybody in the brown. But if you're in these yellow areas, it's a medium risk for some severe hail and wind. So we could see hail up to maybe 1 inch in diameter and wind gusts to 60 miles an hour. And the winds outside of the storms gusting on their own anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour ahead of the front today. And we could see we're going to see some much needed rainfall out of this system. Anywhere from maybe 1, possibly upwards of 2 inches of rain across the area. So let's break down the timing of this storm system. This is noon. We've got showers and thunderstorms as we enter our western counties. And then by about 2, 3 o'clock, we get more widespread showers and thunderstorms across the area. And by 4, they start to turn into this line of showers and thunderstorms across the area. This is when our best shot for some strong, possibly severe storms will come in as this line rolls on off to the east. And it'll be out of here by about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, leaving us with cloudy skies and much cooler conditions. We were talking about it yesterday, what my dad used to say to me from being in the Navy. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morn, sailor take warn. Sky was a little bit redder looking than what it is right now, but it was kind of red, so just makes you wonder how true that adage is. 70 in Joplin right now, wind to south at 15. There's that cold front, and there's that line. 67 Yates Center, 72 Parsons, 67 in Miami. We go through the days, showers and thunderstorms build in through the evening, 75 for the high, and after they clear out, we're left with those mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures drop back down to 41 tonight. Weekend looks good, 57, cool on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Set your clocks back. Showers possible Monday and Tuesday. Vote on Tuesday, near 80 on Wednesday, and then more shower and thunderstorm chances by Thursday of next week. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this, but first, here's a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Well, he may be a dog with only one ear, but he definitely has an eye for painting.
Jeannie Moose introduces us to a dog in need of a home who uses his tongue as a paintbrush.
Sure, he can shake.
Huh? Good boy.
But this one-eared dog has better tricks up his sleeve.
How would you describe his artistic style?
Very abstract.
His name is Van Gogh, after the artist who cut off his own ear. Van Gogh the dog was rescued from a North Carolina dogfighting ring. His ear in such bad shape it had to be amputated, but it sure didn't cut off his career as an artist. Painting his version of that other Van Gogh's Starry Night, the founder of Happily Forever After Rescue in Connecticut places gobs of paint on a canvas, then slides it into a Ziploc bag coated with peanut butter.
So his painting is him licking the peanut butter off, and while he's licking the peanut butter, all the paints, smear around and make the designs.
Voila, the masterpiece! But when Van Gogh had a gallery show to raise money and maybe find him a permanent home, only 2 people showed up. Nevertheless, sympathy and publicity made Van Gogh a doggy art star. He sold 30 works, averaging $40 a piece. But this 7-year-old, 75-pound boxer pit bull mix still needs a home.
He would love someone that will cuddle with him because he's a cuddler.
This artiste might be bored with a ball, but he loves bacon bits.
He's a very go with the flow type of dog.
He's Van Gogh with a flow.
Yes.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
I love that Van Gogh image side by side.
That was a great image, great story too.
Well, there are plenty of 4-legged fur buddies looking for forever homes right now in our area, and I bet many of them are talented too.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, the SEK Humane Society is always a regular guest here on KOAM Morning News on Fox 14, and they always have animals ready for adoption.
Yep, definitely check out their website because they have a stream of pictures of dogs. They're at full capacity, so help them out.
All right, we have an alert day for today because we got some strong severe thunderstorms that are possible later this afternoon, this evening. Starting to see a few more showers start to pop up across the region as we look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker and look off to our northwest. There's the cold front, and it'll bring more showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. So taking a look at what the risks are out there, there is a low-end tornado threat for the majority of the area. It's a low risk, but it is there. Low-end hail risk for everybody in brown and a low-end wind risk for everybody in the brown. But if you're in the yellow on either of those 2 maps, it's a medium risk for some severe hail and some gusty winds. Outside of storms, winds again today gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour across the area ahead of the cold front. And we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain, so we're at least getting some much needed rainfall out of these thunderstorms. It'd just be nice to be able to do that without the severe threat. Let's break down the timing as we head into the afternoon, about 12:30. Showers and thunderstorms working into our western counties. We head to about 2 o'clock. We've got more showers and thunderstorms becoming a bit more numerous and maybe even a few out ahead of the front. And then by about 4 or 5 o'clock, we get this line of showers and thunderstorms that begins to develop in southeast Kansas and parts of northeast Oklahoma. That's when our best chance for some of these strong to severe thunderstorms will be. This line will roll on through to the east, and once it gets out of here, it'll clear out about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. It'll leave us with mostly cloudy skies and cooler weather. But it's cool, but it's actually about where we should be because right now we're about 38 degrees above what our temperature should be right now. 70 in Joplin, wind to south of 15 under cloudy skies. There's the line from that cold front temperature change. 60, 78 Center, 72 Parsons, 67 Miami, and 68 in Carthage as we start the day. Showers and thunderstorms start building in around the noon hour. They become more widespread as we head into the evening. 75 for the high. Once they clear out, we again are left with mostly cloudy skies and a low of 41 degrees. So again, cold, but where we should be. We are 57, partly cloudy on Saturday. Don't forget to set your clocks back. 68 and partly cloudy on Sunday. So a good weekend ahead of us. Some showers possible Monday and Tuesday. And of course, do not forget to vote on Tuesday. We clear out Wednesday, 78, almost 80 degrees in November. And then more showers and thunderstorms possible by next Thursday. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. Political heavyweights are crisscrossing the country, urging Americans to vote in the midterm elections. President Biden campaigns in Illinois today, while former Presidents Trump and Obama will be in Pennsylvania on Saturday. State and local officials say next week's results will be accurate, but it may take time before the winners are known. Paul Pelosi is recovering at home after being released from the hospital 1 week after he was attacked. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office said her husband remains under doctor's care as he continues a long recovery process. Federal authorities say David DePape, the Canadian man accused of the attack, may be in the country illegally. And NASA is prepping its Artemis 1 rocket for another launch attempt after multiple failed tries earlier this year. 322-foot rocket is slowly being rolled from the vehicle assembly building to the launch pad, a 4-mile journey. NASA is aiming to send the rocket into space on November 14th. When Artemis does lift off, it will send an unpiloted Orion crew capsule on a 37-day trip around the moon and back, a step towards sending Americans back to to the moon.
We do have an alert day today for some strong, possibly severe storms as we head into the afternoon and evening. They'll start picking up around the noon hour and become more widespread through the evening. We'll keep an eye on them for you, of course. 75 for the high. Once the storms get out of here, say around 8, 9 o'clock tonight, will be mostly cloudy and drop back down to a low of 41. And a look at the 7-day forecast. We got a good weekend, a little cool Saturday, 57, partly cloudy, 68 on Sunday, partly cloudy, some showers Monday and Tuesday, near 80 on Wednesday, and then some additional shower chances are possible on Thursday.
All right, and don't forget the annual Badges and Burgers event in Pittsburgh supporting the Children's Advocacy Center kicks off today at 11 o'clock, so be sure to go by fire station number 1 at 11 and get your burger for lunch.
And the good news is for that, while we have the storms moving in by noon, they will not be in the Pittsburgh area, should not be in the Pittsburgh area around that time, so you have some good weather to get out there and enjoy. It's only $5. Okay, and we had some showers in northeast Oklahoma. This is the MoDOT camera at Main Street and I-44, and you can see showers starting to move into the Joplin area. So we do have some showers out there, but shouldn't be anything too crazy.
And even if it is raining, you can just drive through the fire station. They're going to let you just drive through and pick up your burger. You don't even have to get out of your car unless you want to.
Yeah, and maybe you do want to get out of your car into a little bit of shower activity. You never know. Well, thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better weekend.